Hello, welcome to the channel, welcome back, you've been here before. This is Little Obsessions, and today we talk about sketchbooks and making them more fun and filling your page. Filling your page is literally the most important thing with a sketchbook. You'll notice in my last sketchbook, I completely ignored that rule. It was a one picture for the entire page, no background, boring mess, and I feel like that really took away from the art we were doing. So today we are playing around with the clutter game, using things like bubbles and clouds and paintbrushes and pencils and pens. That's where I went with all this. It is important when you're doing these cluttering your page to make sure you pick your main focus at the start, so you can put a lot of your focus into making your main focus more detailed, darker, more standy outy. I'm speaking good English right now, guys, than the rest of your page, which is why my background is this patterned mess, really. It's just a bunch of bubbles, stationery, and clouds, and they all will be colored in a faint purple that really pushes them into the background and makes you realize that the characters at the front are the characters at the front. So plain, it's not really boring, but it's background mess. That's what I'm gonna call it. Background mess. Have fun making some background mess. Contrast. Oh my god, when you're doing these sketchbooks, contrast is so important. So what I did here is use very, very cool colors that are very faint for the background. Can't even tell yet because I haven't started the coloring, but that is what I did. You will see it. I was originally going to have both the sea water nymph thing and the boy who ends up ginger have very cool colors to make our pink-haired rebel with the scar on her face that looks more like clown makeup stand out more, but then I decided all three people should be the front focus, and also the somewhat brown orange watercolor pencil turned fully orange when I hit it with the water, so I should have seen that coming. I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know if I was going to use the watercolor with water. Yeah, so that happened. I think important tips to make your sketchbook more fun is to really look at what I've done. Just look at what I've done, and it should be self-explanatory. And yes, that is a bottle cap being used as a water cup. I'm sorry. I seem to have a sniffle and a cough going on today. I apologize. I'm doing my best. In the next picture, which is coming up very soon, I'll be showing you different ways to contrast your page to make your sketchbook more fun, and I used a using more detail technique, and I used a using more color technique. And honestly, I think anything you color is going to stand out more than your black and white work. And you can go ahead and do a fully black and white work and still make the focus obvious by making their lines thicker, or by stylizing them more, or by having more details. I nearly called it decorations. So here we have the next picture, second page in our sketchbook, and I've done some very basic characters that are like night and day, I guess. I never really went too far with them. I wasn't interested in keeping them for anything. They were just here, let's give these guys some examples on how to get stuff done. So here is the over-decorate technique to make her stand out, and you can tell that she really does, but I also use another standout technique on the character above her, which takes away from her a little bit by putting those pulsing pop-out lines. Then I decided I liked this little sunlight character more than I liked the detailed character anyway, and I colored her in with very bright, hot colors, warm colors to just make her stand out. And that brings us to the end of this video. I accidentally cut myself off. Bye!